Alright guys, it is about 7:30. Warriors game is on right now. I'm going to go watch the Warriors game for a minute with my dad. But before we do so, last coat for this guitar. So I am only going to do the 6 coats like we talked about. I am not going to do the full 10. It's not necessary. When I did the Mustang, I had to put a lot on there because the finish was really thick on the Mustang. But actually on this Explorer, there's hardly any finish. It's like more of like a rub-in satin finish. So I don't want to do too much on this guitar. So at this point, the finish is very difficult to penetrate. I'm putting it on there like very quickly, just brushing it on and slathering it on. And then basically I'm going to immediately go back with a paper towel and take as much of it off as possible without taking it all off. But I'm going to try and wipe off the excess. At this point though, she is done. There is really not much else to do after this. I just have to sand her down. So tomorrow morning I will sand down the guitar and get this finished perfectly butter smooth, and when that is done we will begin the flying V. So the V is going to begin tomorrow. Sorry for rotating the camera on you. Hope you don't get nauseous from that automatically switching from horizontal to vertical and back and forth. But yeah, just gonna get this on there nice and light, and there is plenty of finish on this. There is too much finish on this now. So with all that said, I'm just gonna try and smoothen it out. And now time for one of the cloths. Just come in and just suck that up. Get it all vacuumed up with a cloth. There we go. Get that off. Then go around the sides. Oh, that's no good. Go around the side. Sometimes the guitar moves on you. It's got a little bit of personality. So I'm just basically absorbing the stuff that I don't really want to stick on there. And I'm going along the edges. Especially right here. I don't want this to get all goopy because that's the seam. I want the seam to be covered, but I don't want it to be goopy. So you get in there, the edge of the paper towel. And the reason why I'm not letting this rest in the notch is because this foam will get stuck to the finish, and the finish will dry out the foam and harden it, and the foam is already like old and kind of tearing. I don't need it to get any worse than it currently is. So buff that out a little bit on the headstock. That looks good. Just a few more times. Then go over this front part, make sure there's no excess on this. There we go. Just keep cleaning it up, just soaking up oil with paper towels. It's like you're working on your car, you know. You work on your car, you put a little bit of oil in the car, gotta clean up with some paper towels afterwards. Same thing. Okay, I think that just about does it. There's really not much else for me to get off of here. I'm pretty happy with that, and that took basically 3 minutes to do. She looks like she's good. She just needs to dry. I'm going to spray it on the brush with some more paint thinner so that it doesn't harden, and then tomorrow we polish it and then we start the flying V. When I start the flying V, I am going to be removing the finish. So when I started this one, that line that you see there, I had already carved that in with the hand file, and I was just doing extra work on it when you saw that in the day one video. So I am going to, from scratch, show you from beginning to end how to do it on the Flying V. I kind of wanted to already shape it on the Explorer just to make sure I had a feel for it before I filmed it. But now that I've had some time to practice on this guy, I'm going to try it out on the V. We are not going to do a tummy cut on the V because the V doesn't need it. The V is a standing guitar. This is a sitting guitar, so it needs to have it. But a standing guitar, you don't want to do that. Standing guitars have really good action and really good feel. They play really well, but they play really horribly when you sit. That's because they're standing guitars. You know, they're meant to be stood up and played with. So those ones don't dig into you, but this used to dig into me. So now this is a good sitting guitar and it's a good standing guitar. All right, so that's it for this update. I'll see you guys tomorrow.